when I finally found out who was in charge of renting out these retail spaces in the MBTA stations. Our station here at Green Street had one that was abandoned, or not abandoned, but really underused. It never had a tenant. It didn't have anybody in it the year that I moved here, and it had never really had anything happen to it. It was dark. It had its 4 mangled shopping carts with bags of snow melt in them, and the door was busted and had a chain keeping it from being open, and the lights were off. So you get off this thriving kind of cool neighborhood, and first impression was like, oh man, they can't even rent that store out, So it was kind of curious, and I think a for rent sign or something showed up at one point, and I called the number and they told me some astronomical amount. But then it went away, and I finally found the people that kind of were in charge of it, and I didn't tell them what I wanted, and I just went and visited them and showed them images of what I'd tried to do in these other areas that already had people walking by. So that's kind of the basis of this. Was I walked by it every day for a year and a half, thinking it was a beautiful shape and it had a lot of people around it already. So instead of you spending a lot of time and energy getting people to go somewhere to see something, you just kind of meet them more than halfway.
I think it's about being more public and at least making a gesture towards involving the public in art.
It's accessible to everyone. It's at a great location where there's an intersection of people, whether they're on foot, they're passing through on train, on the subway, car, bus. And so it's like a nexus for connections between art and people.
I mean, I think if I was an artist, knowing that there's a place to display your work that's, fairly readily available, I mean, I think it's always great, and have it such in the public eye. It's not like it's hidden on the top of a warehouse or something like that. I mean, it's right here.
Boston, that's the problem with Boston. It's like known as an early to bed kind of city. And so anything that's all night is really cool.
I was more to stay up all night. I can see how you could enjoy sitting right there for 72 hours.
We just got this lease a month and a half, 2 months ago, where we officially are, instead of just having permission to enter the building, which we've had for 4 years and been very happy to have that, we now actually have, this is our space. This isn't a space that we have permission to enter. We have a 3-year lease, and I figured for the first time I wouldn't have to worry about losing the space if I decided to stay in here and keep the lights on all night and keep the doors open and break every known blue law in this. We haven't smoked cigarettes and drank beer in here though yet. Oh well. No, that's part of the thing you have to do sometimes to get people to make work is give them deadlines. And this was a deadline for video and DVD and sound work. we figured if we've got to sit and look through all the submissions, we might as well do it where everybody else can watch them as we do. I did hear birds chirping. The early warning system of dawn was in full effect as I stepped outside.
My name's Anthony Flackett, and lately I've been doing these performances with my laptop, doing interactive animations, so that all the samples that go with the music have animations that go with it. And it's sort of a way to make computer music. I was just trying to find a way to give it a real live element and something for the audience to really connect, like a visual to connect with, because otherwise sometimes it's hard to convey behind a laptop. So. Start. It depends, but usually, sometimes they're really created together. Like especially if it's a situation where I can just do a quick thing, like into a mic or something, and so I could record a sample. And ideally, and I think the newer stuff, hopefully it's going more that way. You really want to have the visual really match the sound, in some way or another. So. It's fun to kind of create them together and have them exist like songs, but that's how they exist. Like they're always interactive.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we wanted about the same height. So what I found in this business is if you're working alone, you don't have to level it till after. Oh yeah. Right on there. See if it's really still level. Spot on.
Excellent.
Now all we gotta do is get Kanishka, who has excellent penmanship. Come over and pencil in people's names for hours. Doesn't get much more exciting than this.
So this is the virtual blank slate here.
There it is. I gotta work backwards a little bit, but nobody was, we don't want these people to come through this morning and not realize that they missed so much. Those few that didn't come in last night.
We've all been into a regular art gallery, especially like the ones in Boston that are usually not even on the ground floor of a building that, you know, feels like you have to go through a security check to get into, you know, and how many people really go there? Or even, it's not even so much how many more people actually come in to look at the art here, it's that the art is seen at all, even just at a glance. I mean, I think this gallery is kind of, even if people don't come in, it's at least made some kind of an impression on people, whether they make fun of it or are really excited about it or what is another story. But this is a presence in this neighborhood, I think.
And they're documenting the whole process on and off. So they're going to be wandering around and asking people if they know about Green Street, the gallery, and stuff like that.
I'm doing a documentary just about the gallery here. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions.
Sure.
Have you been to the gallery?
Yeah, we've lived here now a couple years, so we just stop in whenever we come home.
What do you think about, you know, having a gallery in a subway station?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I think it's the only one in the country, and I just think it makes art very accessible. People can, it kind of embeds itself into everyone's daily life. You don't have to go to the big MFA or something. You can just walk right in and walk through.
Wondering if you, have you been in the gallery?
No, I haven't been in there, but I walk by it every time. It's a very good good pictures and all that.
So you feel even by not going in, you get benefit by.
Yeah, that's
looking
very
through
good.
it.
I think it's an excellent idea. You have a lot of traffic with people coming through regularly, and it's great to see fresh artwork, and it's good for the community.
Well, I think it's great. I mean, I think it's a really good place for people to get exposed to art and see what's going on. I think the arts are a very important part of people and life.
It's very nice having them in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed most of the exhibits. Some I didn't understand.
I don't know, they should have the exhibits right out on the front so we can see them. I don't see anything interesting from here, but I bet in there one time they was having some show in there or something like that, but what kind of gallery is it? It's not a regular art gallery, is it?
A lot of the work in here is trying to bring an awareness of community around them, and it's trying to be more accessible to just local people and ethnic groups, and I'm really impressed with that. I don't see much of that. Most galleries don't tend to be accessible, and right here it's just, I mean, you tend to have to go out of your way to a gallery, and having it right where next to the subway station is really interesting, because people who normally wouldn't go to galleries have a chance to sort of be open to the art world a little bit.
I've never been in for an exhibit, but I've always walked past it. It's a really nice thing to have in the neighborhood. Yeah, I think it adds a good artistic piece to the neighborhood.
It's shameful, but I haven't really taken advantage of it being here. I usually get off at Stony Brook. Ever since the bakery opened up over here, I kind of stop here a little bit more often. But I go to galleries all of the time, and I've only really seen the stuff here from the outside, and kind of castigate myself regularly for not ever actually going in. But I think it's an amazing idea to have it attached to a subway station, which is, kind of the ultimate functional space. And the stuff I've seen in here is actually quite interesting. So
We're well into day one here of the Cyber Lounge. Got a healthy crowd in JP. The sun has come out, which is good. It kicks in natural body responses. Sleepiness fades away. We're contemplating a walk up to the bakery, actually. Talk to them.
It's a good location because people are passing by all the time. I try to notice when I'm going by on my bicycle, like what's up, what the new art is, and that kind of thing. So I think it's great.
What I love about the gallery is its accessibility. I think as someone who doesn't know a lot about art, sometimes there's an atmosphere of like exclusivity to a gallery, but that's not the case. You don't even have to go in. Like 90% of the work I've enjoyed there has been from outside, like Corinne was saying, on my bike or just walking by the mailbox or something like that. And I know a lot of kids who go to the high school over here use that T station, so it's giving them an opportunity to see art in a very easy way.
It's a nice space. I wish they had a bigger space because I really like sort of how they're set into the community. But that's part of the importance of the location of the space, is that they're at a juncture where people from all different sorts of walks of life, different communities, can experience art if they just choose to veer to the right and enter. So for that reason, it's a prime location, and the space is perfect for sort of interaction with all different types of people. It's like another infiltration of creativity, which is not a big part of our culture in the United States. So because that's ever present at this tea stop here, people then are stimulated visually with a different way of looking at things that they don't get in their everyday life, going to and from work and on the tea and that sort of thing. Oh, so it's open 24 hours. That's right. You said that earlier.
Yeah, until midnight Friday.
Oh, that's nice.
So as we approach, I will show you. There's a schedule on the board. You can read, figure out. We had Tony Flackett here at 3 in the morning.
Oh, when?
Performing.
Was he spinning last night or what?
He was doing his flash.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Right here, see? You can see.
Oh, check it out. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's the schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you think this will pull people in? You think?
Well, I hope so. Fawn's gonna be here. Oh, cool. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we'll see. You know, it's hard to know. But I mean, if they're coming right off the tee and they're coming off at like midnight, and all they got to do is walk home, and this is open, they're probably gonna come in. I'd imagine. You should make it clear that it's open. Will the doors be open? Oh yeah. The big sign there might have tip it off.
You know, it's a commuter gallery, so it's kind of a smorgasbord of whoever's piqued by what they see through the window as they're coming off the train usually. So, you know, kids, people that come here specifically to see the art, you know, the typical art crowd. And then just random people that are whose curiosity's piqued, I guess.
Yeah, so it's an alternative space, and for me that means that it's an opportunity to show people who otherwise wouldn't have the ability to show in a commercial setting. So I view it as a socialization of art, and plus it's in the T station, so it has greater access to more people. So it's designed to eliminate a lot of the elitism that goes with other art. When I have people bring in videos that make work that's either shown on VHS or DVD or sound pieces, and instead of trying to bring people to the gallery and have them sit in little hard benches and look at a projection screen in a darkened room, we let them just take that home and play it on their stereo or their TV in the comfort of their own home, sitting on their soft couch, petting their dog. Dogs come through. I don't think they get the art though.
I'm here. I haven't had coffee yet. I haven't had anything.
Maybe we can do maybe we can do a chat with you.
Yeah. But I need coffee first.
Yeah, have a coffee. I had my first visit to the bakery.
Oh, yeah?
My friend and I wrote a song about the bakery last night, so I thought.
Did you have to go over in there and perform it for?
No, we just consume something from them.
Okay. You didn't tell them about their song?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, it is dog friendly.
And do you know about the cyber lounge that's going on now?
Yes, because I got a card about it.
People will hear, oh, there was a 72-hour thing, and they showed videos the whole time, and then they'll learn about the video library and want to come check stuff out. Plus, they'll be more aware of video art in general in Boston and go to the other venues that show it.
Is that the whole point? Because those trees were tall. Let's see what the next fence is. I can't wait. Excited to see. Oh, no. Metal. Still metal. Oh, we don't know. It's up to my imagination. Oh, there we're back. Very exciting.
Steve and I went up to the bakery on Green Street to interview them about, what they think of the gallery at Green Street. And they're in the Globe today. It's like today's the big banner day to get the Globe. So yeah, I might nap a bit since I have to wait for this LCD monitor tonight. I might shoot some more stuff with Steve and then maybe nap a bit. God, everyone's yucking it up to this video. What do you think about a tie-in with the bakery somehow?
Like that the gallery would somehow come up with some sort of tie-in, or?
Well, yeah, we just went up to the bakery and talked with the owners there about, just kind of examining Green Street and notion of arts in the community.
Very positive on the neighborhood. And the kids watch it. The kids come out after school and they'll stand here and look at it. And he's even invited them in. I've noticed a couple of times that he had the kids in after school.
Yeah.
So it's a very positive thing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's for the neighbors here, and someday can come to see what you guys have here, and all this is a lot of good things there. Yeah.
I know that I've seen huge ripples within the art community among my friends, and it energizes the entire art community. People want to then go out and put on their own shows. Like, I know a number of artists who after coming and talking to James, and James just saying, yeah, so I saw this space, I was like, what a waste, I ought to just put on a show. Essentially, of course, it took a lot more hard work than that, but that's the concept, have now gone on and put on their own shows or started their own alternative spaces. So I know for sure that it's affected people who want to produce the same type of dialogue that James is interested in.
We literally have people come through that door and go, oops. Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't where, is this the station? Apologize. And I was like, no, it's fine. You can cut right through here past this artwork. So it's effective. I mean, our doors are closer to them than the MBTA's subway doors. And, they're made by the same people. It looks indistinguishable, but also just having it, it would have made a lot of sense for us to wall the outsides of this off and be able to fit a lot more paintings in and control the ambient lighting and all those things that most galleries end up doing, so you have more room. But we really want to make sure at night and during the day that they saw the activity in here, and we remember that they're out there, and that we never really get very far from our location. You feel the trains underneath you. You come in, and when you hear the train coming, you run out and get on it. So it's nice. It's nice to not think of it as a destination. Art museums are a destination for me when I go all over the world. It's one of the things I'll always be sure and do. But it's always the things you kind of run across, and a lot of people have heard about it because that's easy to remember. Oh, it's the gallery in the subway station. So it's helped us kind of at least show up on the radar screen, and I'll be honest enough to admit that that sometimes will get somebody to maybe come over and write a story about the oddity of it. Right. So that was good at the very beginning before we ever had earned the right to get a review about the artwork, and that took a while. And now we're able to do a little of both, and it's starting to really make a difference to the artists, which is, we set this thing up to basically achieve all the things artists want. We need more solo shows on our resumes. We need more shows, period, which is the original assumption in making another exhibition spaces. That means more people get deadlines, and they continue to make artwork, and they get it seen in the town that they live in, which is the hardest thing to do. You get pushed off to another city if you don't get a chance to show, and you've got such a network of support that if you can get an opportunity to show in a talented crew that can make it look as good as it can look, all of a sudden you start thinking that, well, maybe this is a pretty good situation. Otherwise you get frustrated and you say, well, I'll try another city, and we all know about how downhill it is to New York from here. So that's why we show mostly regional people, almost exclusively. There's so many talented artists right here that might even be passing through here, that it's a treat to show them and keep them happy to be living in Boston, Jamaica Plain specifically often,
I did kind of a month-long project earlier this year here while everybody else was away. I actually took everything that was in here out and kind of cleaned up the space and kind of organized all of the stuff that's back here in the front window. I don't know how useful that was to them in the end, but
was it useful to you?
Oh, it was very useful to me.
Yeah.
You know, this, you know, the gallery became my studio for a month. You know, it's such a nice, large space with really interesting stuff going on, people looking in. There's really weird light stuff that happens with all the glass all the way around the gallery, which always excites me.
It's like this place is very transparent. It literally is transparent. You can see in, you know, I mean, you can see inside this place at 3 in the morning, like almost on all sides. Like when I had my show, you could see every painting at 3 in the morning. If you, it was fully lit, 24/7.
I run the number 2 gallery. That's the best secret.
Should we? Do you want to?
Let's go check out the gallery I run. So I just started putting work up in the bathroom because I thought that was kind of in the spirit of what James does. Of like, if there's a space, just use it.
So the what's the number 2 gallery?
Yeah. Ah,
there we go.
Number 2 gallery. I like to think of it as the gallery at Green Street's back room.
Do people recognize you when you're like at Stop and Shop? Like they see you with a cart? Hey, it all clicks.
The cart person. No, I think I need to go regularly to like the same place.
Yeah.
To get that kind of stuff. But I made some little miniature ones now that are like little dogs that are like little rollers that I pull behind me, and I was pulling them around yesterday, and like these people kept making dog noises at me.
You should take one over to that, you know, the Berkeley Street Garden.
Oh yeah.
That
Where all
Christina
the
been working on. You know,
Yeah,
we
they-
just wheel one into that general vicinity, and it would look like it was on the way somewhere.
Yeah.
And they probably tinned it.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking that I could take them to a community garden and maybe someone would just take them in.
Oh. This is the vegetable garden, right? No,
This is the
no,
lawn.
This is the lawn?
Those are the pansies on the border.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, your Johnny Jump Up's got a little leggy.
Yeah, yeah, really. That's what.
Wasn't that a good sentence?
Halogen
Your Johnny
lights.
Jump Up's got a little leggy.
You went to vegetables, huh?
You had more than one. Yeah, they.
You gave them a new purpose.
They had a new life.
You look so determined.
Yeah, the funny thing is I actually had sprained my ankle like a month before this and I was limping. I'm Vaughn Bell, and I showed some work that involved portable environments that I push around the city. And one of them may end up here at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it here. So kind of it's kind of an arduous process pushing them around, so.
Your work is the first Lisa show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find suitable homes for them, so I would
You
like
need help rolling one over here.
Yeah.
Did you steal the shopping carts?
No.
We're not at liberty.
They're very heavy.
Yeah, I'd
and
imagine.
the shopping cart wheels are not made for off-road or even on-road maneuvering. So it's kind of the creation of an enormous personal burden to carry around.
It just happens to be in this building. I don't think it's such a powerful place. I think it overwhelms the subway. I mean, the subway rumbles through, but you don't pay attention to it very much.
That's why you want to start with the menu. Here's the staying up all night. You made it through another 24 hours. Does anybody like to see the boob squeeze again? Has to wait at least an hour. We're a little afraid if you want to see it again right now. All right, who's gonna lead us in the calisthenics today?
What day are we on here?
This is always a tough question for me, actually. We started Tuesday night, which is kind of like Wednesday, and then we made it through all of Wednesday, a long and painful day, and then filled with joy at the end. So this would be Thursday morning.
Day 2.
I can see the sun.
Day 2, though, it's kind of day 2.5.
This is day 2.5. We're past the 24-hour period. We had a toast. We had a special video presentation. It's true. And 1, and 2, and I'm starting out easy.
Oh, wait.
And 3, and roll your shoulders.
What month is it?
This is the anti-computer stress. Small, big circles. Big circles. Big circles. Keep going. Big circles. Okay. All right, now forward. Big circles. Oh, that feels good. All right, now small circles.
Music.
Now arms out like this. Small circles forward. Keep going.
That feels
Big
awesome,
circle.
James. That feels awesome.
Big circle. Keep, now feel the shoulder blades, pull them together in the backstroke. All right, that's good. Now let's go the other way. Same side. Oh, ow, that hurts to move the other. All right, beautiful. Work with me. Come on, together, guys. It's like we're rowing a boat. All right, that's very nice. That was, that's a good one. We should keep going a little longer. This is what I have to do after I drive the van for more than 10 hours. I have to get out and do this so my neck will release from my shoulder. All right, and we're going to go over it and down. Hold it. All right, keep those knees locked. Oh, that feels good. Gets all the blood. Spread your feet to shoulder width. There.
Jane, I'm not a very flexible guy.
Now, Douglas, watch out when you're in this position. Oh. Okay, and classic jack-o'-lantern. Ready?
Yeah. There was an accident.
Everybody can do it. Makes you feel good. Looks good. Kind of makes you feel like you're a fascist. You all do it at the same time, but here at Green Street, it's all for the health of the mind and the body. We try to work on the complete person here at Green Street. A lot of times, a lot of people, you know, you spend a lot of time in art school and this part of you really gets going. But you know, this part of you starts getting larger. Climber. No.
Oh, think of the guy that's not exercising. Yeah, exactly. He's totally talking about me.
All right, that's good. That's not the whole body. That's mostly the bottom of the body. But here at Green Street. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent work. All right. Now remember, walk it off, walk yourself down. You want to slowly cool down after such exertion. You don't suddenly stop off. I think everybody should take a walk around the building. Yeah. Breathe in the morning air.
So far, so good.
First trip over here.
Got my juices flowing. We did our calisthenics. Got a little coffee.
Okay, we're day 2 here in the Cyber Lounge. We're entering the talk show phase. Here with Corey. We were very energetic. Now, Corey, you've somehow you seem to have escaped the exhaustion that's plagued everyone else. Do you have some sort of secret?
Not that I know of. I think it's just the Pop-Tarts and the coffee.
And I saw you. Were you drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon earlier? Like 6 hours ago.
There was a sighting.
Yeah.
I had been sighted with a Pabst. This is true.
So maybe you can describe what was going on, the activities of the dark hours of the night.
There was a lot of video viewing, film viewing of some quite entertaining footage.
We had a lot of people in with Walmart.
Maybe if in between some videos, I'll back him up.
Here we have toast. Oh, you're gonna write down boob squeeze.
had a little trouble with that squeeze. My handwriting's got to be at its all-time best right now. You know, I forgot to put the little Visine eye wash station in for the video traveler. You know, after a couple hours, you walk up and get the Visine. Head back in there because I could use some right now. These are some tired eyes. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. Bum 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 bum.
James has always been interested in that type of art, like, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know if it has a name, like new media or what have you. But yeah, he's been involved with a few other projects. I don't know if they were quite as grandiose as this one, but I think he has an eye for it. Like he likes the idea of stuff like this.
Where are we? I just wrote the schedule out for Thursday up until around noon. Right? Did I give him that much? Yeah, pretty much. So we are now at 8:05 a.m. on Thursday morning. I feel a little bit better. I think the morning calisthenics really loosened up the neck problem I had from my head falling backwards off of my shoulders in the middle of the video viewing. But that and the endorphin rush from Tony and the Vosu's video work, I think that was really good. A good belly laugh guffaw goes a long way to straighten your spine out, I think.
Like you see it when the shows are coming down and going up. You can see that process as well as where other galleries, it's kind of closed. They paper it off and you don't know what's going on in between shows. But here, you can't miss it. I mean, on your way to work and your way home from work, it's a part of, that's almost part of the gallery is the actual process of, you know, sometimes you look in and you go, how's he going to pull that off? The opening's tomorrow. So I think, you know, I think it's cool for the community. He involves the community. Like, I mean, I think I saw you yesterday out around in the community. I mean, that's like, this exhibit is sprawling out of its boundaries outside the doors of this gallery.
You know, when we had people drop in after midnight last night to see if we were here or call up, a couple of people called and go, so you're there, you're still there, you're really there. That was, you know, it's always good to get that phone and go, of course, you know. But as far as the standing out, I really, I thought we had a really tight, packed thing from 6 o'clock on, from 6 o'clock till 11, I think it was. Like, people were waiting in line. We ran late, you know. That wasn't a problem we had the day before, because, you know, not all of the video pieces are very long. So sometimes you'll sign somebody up for an hour and they'll have 20 minutes of stuff, and then you have a little bit of fill in. You get to pull things out that the people in the room hadn't seen. I feel like we're getting to know the material that's been submitted enough. Like, I showed you a piece I thought you'd like, we showed them a piece. So it's already starting to function as a library within the first 24 hours, which I think is amazing. I'm already pulling things off the shelf and as your reference librarian and telling you, oh, well, if you like that video, I've got something else I think you might want to see. So it's actually funny that that's already starting to happen.
My energy is plummeting.
Yeah, I hear that. I need to go take a shower. Maybe some eggs.
It's the gallery's first visitor.
Good morning. I rolled out of bed just to come here. What's going on?
Is this your first visit to the Green Street Gallery?
It is not. What's happening?
Welcome back.
Hello.
You're getting to be a regular visitor.
I am. I'm still
you don't have any assignments this time. Usually you have a list of things you have to bring over, don't you?
No, I just came to stay for like a little while.
All right, Douglas is here.
I know.
Oh my God, that's soft porn.
I've got that picture lock and then you can adjust it. It's not here, I'll show you what the problem is. It's not actually this, it's the projector. I've got the brightness dial up to like 90 or 50 because it looks better most of the time, but it doesn't blow out like walls in the camera. Look at that. Oh man, 7 is up. Anthony Flackett, awesome.
The most unglamorous part of editing, logging footage. It's like a big fat pill you gotta swallow. Part nature documentary also, see?
So you're editing now?
I am editing now.
How's the editing going?
Well, actually, I'm just logging footage, but I'm editing in my head as I log. It's a lot to do, but you got to get through it. If you log everything well, then your editing goes very quickly. So,
how you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I got to resist the temptation to shoot more or shoot a lot more. Or I guess I'm trying to figure out if I need to resist that temptation. Because the more I shoot, the more I have to log. We had a lot of computer difficulties, which are now resolved, so a bit behind schedule.
Delicious.
Give me a kind of tour of the gallery space. I'll do my best. Which room is this? This is Gallery 1. Gallery 1. Do you guys have any other names for this?
No.
Is this wall always here?
Yes.
It is. Okay. And
This is the reception desk.
is that always there?
Yes.
And what's this area here?
This is the front wall gallery space.
Is this wall always here?
It's always here.
Okay.
We installed it for viewing by the public as they walk by outside the gallery.
And this here?
That would be the front door.
That's the front door. Okay, great.
This is the station gallery and the station gallery entrance.
Okay, so what is here?
The entrance to the Green Street Station T.
Okay. And for out-of-towners, T means?
It means the subway.
Okay. And this area here?
This would be the cyber lounge.
But when the cyber lounge isn't happening, what is it?
I guess it would be the either the gallery number 2, or no, it's not gallery number 2. It's the station gallery.
Station gallery. Okay. And this is down for the purposes of the cyber lounge. Okay. And this area?
This is the Green Street Lounge.
So people kind of just chill here?
Hang out, wait for the train, wait for a ride, read magazines, look at cards of our past exhibits.
So it's almost like a reading room.
Yes. Maybe that's what it is.
With the natural light on all sides? On most sides? And what room is this?
This would be the storage area number 2 / bathroom and gallery number 2.
And then coffee room also?
Oh yes. Kitchen, garbage area, recycling.
Are there any health code violations having your bathroom and kitchen in the same space?
Probably.
Oh, you kept that from me, didn't you?
Cool, thanks, baby. Take care, baby.
Cobbler shop smelling vinegar. The streets, horrendous as crevices. There are birds the color of sulfur and horrible intestines hanging from the doors of the houses which I hate. There are forgotten sets of teeth and coffee pot. With shoes, with fury, with forgetfulness. I pass.
My name is Janice Kupferschmidt, and my connection to this installation is that I did it with my 2 friends and studio mates, and we've been trying to do installations like this recently that have to deal with fantasy worlds and sort of creating an environment for a viewer to walk into and sort of experience a lot of different kinds of moments.
Day 3. It is Friday.
48th hour.
It is Friday. I'll never spend the night here again.
Coming in.
See how long that lasts.
How do you feel, Douglas?
I feel great. Great.
What's your secret?
Coffee and sleeping at night.
All right, so what do we got here? 4 a.m. I seem to have lost track of what we were doing after 4 p.m. It's been known to happen. 4:15 is
Just want you to know that I'm
turning over to you this symbolic pin to decide what is going to be played in the next 3-hour period of time.
Okay.
Just want you to know this is an important job, but I have my complete faith in your abilities to just take the horse by the reins here and take her home. We're rounding the third corner of the round thing.
I got here about 6:20, 6:30 perhaps.
And how were people doing?
People were, bodies were laying around in there. I was wondering what had happened, and I said, wake up, and you have a visitor. And
were they both asleep in there?
No, they were just a little bit recumbent, however. Threw on some videos, threw in a pot of coffee. We're doing a little better.
I'm just going to be vacuuming up the gallery a little bit after how long has it been? About 60 hours of this video madness. There's a little bit of dust everywhere, and dirt and crumbs and whatnot, so we'll clean up. Feeling a little sad that it's already over. Seemed like it went by just like that. It's turning out to be a nice day, though. I think we'll have a sunny end to the Cyber Lounge. Breakfast. Meal breakfast. They make excellent bacon, egg. Well, I'm gonna sweep up around here a little bit. Maybe sweep out the lit areas here, where the sun's coming in through the glass ceiling. Seems pretty dirty all the way from the winter time, I guess. All the salt and sand built up. Later in the afternoon, it'd probably be more helpful when the light and shadow will be further out in the dirtier locations. But sometimes cleaning isn't always about being useful or functional.
just saying it's a fantastic idea to have this here as a public space and
right next to
the T station.
which makes
It's wonderful. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And is it kid friendly?
That particular film was kid friendly. I have a feeling there were some there that probably weren't kid friendly, but.
He had like a real. I'll be able to play it for you sometimes.
All right, so we got our final hour. We're counting down to 72 hours. We're 50 minutes away. We're going to introduce Walter Wright, D-Zag, or Zigzag, music, video, dance, Joe Brown, guitar, Mike, fun, theremin, electronics, Heather McQuiston, excuse me, dance, and the video shredder.
You got it all right.
Toast.
Yay!
Here we go. 72 hours in the tank. I'd just like to say a few words about how supportive my wife has been during this entire project. Donna Vaverka, I wouldn't be here without her, and I might not be here if I don't give a toast to her. Shannon was inadvertently left out of the birthday toast the other day. So basically 4 days here was a good time for me to spend some quality time away from home. So I just really mean it though when I say that, you know, that's why people write down stuff on little pieces of paper when they do toasts. So they remember to thank the people that really make it possible for them. So here's to loving support of people that you don't have to pay. Cheers, you guys, help yourselves. 72 hours and 1 minute. Here's to making people complete things and show them to other people. Including Ravi and Steve. Congratulations. Excellent.
Earned it.
Beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers to all.